Hi everyone, so I just recently posted my eyeshadow palette collection video, and I'll go ahead and link that down below in case you missed it. But that was all of my quints and above is what I said, so anything that was a larger palette that had 5 or more shadows in it, which kind of I think you probably understand by now. So I really liked that video. I really like going through my collection and seeing what I have. It's something I enjoy. It's something I enjoy watching other people do, especially when it comes to eyeshadows. For me personally, eyeshadow is my absolute favorite part of makeup. If I could only have one kind of makeup, it would be eyeshadows. When I go shopping for makeup, eyeshadows are generally at the top of the list of things I would like to have. So I have a lot, and I love watching other people go through their collection, so I'm going to go through mine again. Not my palettes. I'm not going to post the same video a week later. That would be a little excessive, but I am going to go through my duos, trios, and quads, all brands, anywhere from high-end to low-end, and just kind of show you what I have and show you what I like. I gave you like really small, quick, fast and dirty reviews, so I'm going to kind of do that again. If you like these kind of videos, let me know if you would like to see me do a different type of makeup, or I was thinking about going through brand-wise, so like showing you everything I have from like CoverGirl or Maybelline, or Too Faced, or something like that. So let me know if you would like to see any of that, and if not, that's okay. I'm not going to be offended. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So I only have one. I'm trying to do it by brand, kind of. So this is from Boots No. 7. It's a thing you can get in Target. It's this little duo in the shade Forest Greens. Stay Perfect Eyeshadow Duo. I only have one of these. They're okay. Nothing to really write home about, but not the worst I've ever tried. Whoops. Then let's just go, I guess, to Coastal Scents. So I got this little duo. All 3 of these are from Birchbox, and they're not the full palette. They're little sampler palettes. So this is from the Stylize by Coastal Scents, and these are gorgeous. They're so pigmented and soft and creamy. I really like this. I kind of want this palette now. And then I've got 2 of the Revealed palette samplers. If you keep up with my monthly makeup bag, which if you haven't seen, I will link that down below. I have a whole playlist. It has been in it because once I hit pan on something, it stays in my monthly makeup bag until it's all gone. I've hit pan on 2 of these shadows. This is the Revealed 2 palette sampler in the shade Sunset. Based on this, I really would like to try the full size. I've got, this gold is almost gone, but it is so pretty and pigmented. You can hopefully kind of see that. This, like, brown that's shimmery has some pink in it. And I don't know. It's just so unique to me. It's not swatching super well because it's hard to get. These 2 are also pretty. I guess I'll swatch those. It's just a really, really nice little palette. I would love to have a full size of the Revealed palette. And then I've got the Revealed 3. I haven't gotten near as much use out of it, to be honest. But it's got these like purpley pink shades, which I usually enjoy on my eyes. So that's what I have from Coastal Scents. Now let's go to Sonia Kashuk. Where is that? There it is. So I've done a full review of these quads. I think Sonia Kashuk has some of the best eyeshadow formula in the drugstore. And really, they're kind of expensive for drugstore, but they're very comparable to some of my higher end palettes. I love these guys. These are the textured quads, monochrome eye quad. So it's one shade, but it's in 3 different finishes. So you've got like a matte, a glitter, a shimmery, and then like a chunky thing. You can tell this textured mauve I've used a lot. So this is number 10 textured mauve, textured taupe number 8, and then number 11 textured cocoa. Again, I've done a full review of these. I'll link my product review. I'll just link that video below because there's very few that I've done. But look at that. So pretty, so soft, so pigmented. One of my friends and I were shopping at Target. I think you can only get Sonia Kashuk at Target. And she was asking me some advice for eyeshadow, and I directed her towards Sonia Kashuk, and she loves them. I also have this duo, which it's in the shade Bite the Dust. I think I've only used this like once, which is kind of sad to me, because they're really unique shades. I mean, they're pigmented and pretty. I have nothing against them. I just haven't grabbed for it. This was one of those things that was on sale and I bought it and I didn't really think about it. So there's that. now I'll go to this Victoria's Secret duo. Victoria's Secret no longer makes makeup, which is kind of disappointing. I got this a while ago, but I think it's still really pretty. It's in the shade Fresh and Fierce. So it's got this really nice packed with glitter black that is actually so pigmented. Like, you know, black is kind of hard. I mean, it's not, I mean, I just think that's really nice. I think Victoria's Secret had really nice makeup, and I'm kind of disappointed that they discontinued that. Let's see what else. I have this Smashbox trio. This is actually, a travel size I recently got in my Birchbox. I'll go ahead and link my, unboxing playlist down below, because a lot of these did come from Birchbox or Ipsy's. And this is a really neutral one. It's in the shade Filter. So you have Vanilla, Sable, and Sumatra. So Vanilla, Sable, Sumatra. I have a couple of, I know I have Vanilla, maybe Sumatra as well in larger palettes. I think this is a very similar quality. And I really like these. I think it's a cute little like go-to palette. If you want to pack if you're going somewhere and you want to pack a really colorful palette, this is kind of going to give you everything you need. You've got a blending shade, a deepening shade, and a highlighting shade. So, you know, I think that's really cute. Next, I've got this Be a Bombshell quad. This is from an Ipsy a long time ago. I feel like a lot of people love this and a few people hate it. This is in the shade Bora Bora. I think it's beautiful. Look at this blue. And then it's got this gorgeous copper. Like very orangey copper. I think it's really nice. I know Be a Bombshell has like sales pretty often, and I would be totally interested in getting more of their shadows based on this little quad that I have. And then I got this, which is kind of crap, honestly. It's the L'Oreal The One Sweep Eyeshadow. So I put it in here, but it's not, I mean, it is a trio, but not. So you see you've got this like giant foam thing. And the point is you're supposed to be able to sweep it across your eyelid, or this little like thing, and sweep it across your eyelid, and it looks like you've got like your eyeliner, your lid, your highlight shade. That doesn't work. Not even a little bit. I don't even think I can really get 3 distinct shades, so I'm just going to swirl it together. It's a pretty shade. It's a pretty light purple that's really shimmery. But it's really a single. But I put it here. I don't think they make these anymore. But if you ever saw this, I don't recommend picking it up. It's kind of crap. I mean, it's a pretty shade, but it's a really big eyeshadow pan for one shade, I guess. This, I think they still make, and I think they're really good and nobody talks about them. They're the Almay Wake Up Shadow Trios. And this is in the shade number 10, Revive. So you have a primer right here. That's a nude primer that's actually really, really, really nice. I enjoy that primer. And then you've got a little trio. So you've got this beautiful green, which admittedly is a little powdery, but it's still pigmented. I mean, you can still use it. There it is, and it's got like a nice like shift to it. And then you've got like a gold and a brown that's matte. So I don't know. I think this is a cute little quad, and I like it. Or trio and eyeshadow primer. So if you're new to makeup and you want something, because I think one of the most important things when it comes to eyeshadow is getting a good primer. That doesn't mean it has to be an expensive primer. That friend I was just telling you about that I recommended the Sonia Kashuk eyeshadows to, I told her to go get the e.l.f. $1 primer, and she said her eyeshadows sound so much better and they look so much nicer. I think getting an eyeshadow primer is essential. Again, the e.l.f. one's $1 and it's great. It's not quite as good as some of the higher end ones, but it's pretty close. So get an eyeshadow, but this primer comes with it and it's really nice. And then you've got 3 shades. I don't know. I think it's different, and I think it doesn't get enough love here on YouTube. They don't make these anymore, and it makes me sad. This is the Almay Shimmer-I Kit Intense Eye Color. This is in Trio for Browns. One of my favorite eyeshadow trios, period. Probably my favorite, honestly. This shade is the softest, creamiest, butteriest shade. And it looks like a nude, but it's got like some gold reflect in it. It's not quite a duochrome, but it's just so pretty, and it's so brightening for your eyes. This matte brown is nice. This powder highlight is kind of powdery, but it's still nice. They've repackaged, and they don't have this color combination anymore. But these Almay, I mean, again, they're nice. I know people don't really talk about Almay. I feel like Almay and Neutrogena, as far as makeup, just kind of get overlooked. But they have some really nice things. Alright, so I started talking about L'Oreal, and then I went on a side tangent. So I have this L'Oreal trio as well. This is the Coloris trio in 211 Blue Hot Couture. I think they still make this. And if they do, I think it's really nice, honestly. They have like some different looking quads, but I think they still have this one. It's got this, these two shades are fine. They're deeper, they're kind of jewel tones. This shade is a beautiful inner corner highlight. So pigmented. And then this shade up here is really nice as well. It's not as pigmented as I want it to be. It does take some building up. You can tell that. But it's one of those things where I don't feel like it swatches well, but I've made it, work with it very nicely. And then you've got these two deeper jewel tones. I don't know. I think it's a fun way to do some color. Again, if you are not like, okay, I love colorful eyeshadow. I have some high-end palettes that are just full of color, and I use them and I love them. But if you don't, the drugstore is where it's at. And I talked about the Maybelline The Brights palette in my other palette video. And this one, I talked about getting that, but like these quads are great too. This, for, you know, not that much, why not? Because I don't think they make the Brights palette anymore. So speaking of Maybelline, I've got this duo, which I don't think they make anymore. That's the thing about drugstore is I feel like it's kind of ephemeral, where there's some things that last forever, and a lot of things just kind of come and go as they please. So this is the Baked Eyeshadow Duo in the shade 15 Downtown Denim. This isn't great. It's got this light blue with gold veining that's really powdery, and then it's got this other blue that just never does. It looks pretty in a finger swatch, and it's not bad. It's just it never does what I want it to do on the eyes. You know what I'm saying? As you probably know, swatching isn't everything. Like, these swatch really nicely, but on the eyes, this never does exactly what I want it to do. But here it is. I've also got this duo, which I think the baked one is nicer than this one. It's Perfect Pastels in 45D Shocking Seas. Again, I'm just not sure if they make this anymore. This light blue I was so excited to have, because it's a matte light blue. And it swatches really nicely. It just doesn't blend. It kind of blends away. So if you want this on your eyelids, you're going to have to like pack it on. And then it's got this deeper blue, which again isn't bad, but it's just not, it's not what I wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying? And then I know they still have this. This is this Maybelline Quad, Expertwear Eyeshadow Quad in the shade 21Q Electric Blue. I use this white, this base shade, as an eyebrow highlight because it's a nice matte white. These two, this crease and lid shade, they're so soft, but they're really powdery and just not pigmented at all. And the same with the black. It's an all matte quad. It's workable. All of these shadows, even if some of them I don't love, they're all workable. You can make it work. But this is just not, it's not great. This I got, it's from Ipsy Hearts NYX. So it's from NYX. It's from an Ipsy bag. It's okay. It's in the shade Ipsy Hearts NYX #1. They're not soft. And the pigmentation is okay. This black isn't bad. This pretty gold shade, which is kind of what I really wanted to be beautiful, is just not. Not bad. It's workable. It's just a neutral palette. I don't know. I feel like Ipsy a lot of times gives you really neutral things. And I guess I understand that, because I guess that's what a lot of people would like to have. But for me, I would rather have like this kind of thing. And this is from Ipsy as well. And this had like a pop of color. This is so much more unique to almost anybody's eyeshadow collection than this. Everybody that probably has Ipsy has 75 things like this. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. Then I have this Boots Botanics. It's not the #7 brand. It's the Boots brand. So they're not the same, but they're very similar. I don't know. And this is a little mineral eye color duo. I do still see this. And it's okay. Again, it's just not great. It's kind of how I feel like a lot of these eyeshadows are. It's not bad. It's workable. This like lighter pink I really like. And this purple swatches well, but again, it blends out patchy and gross. I don't know, I feel like I'm being really negative, and I'm sorry, I don't want to be negative. I'm just telling y'all how it is. This is something, I've talked about it, and it makes me kind of angry. Angry might be dramatic. Disappointed. So I have a Pacifica quad. It was in my palette video. I talked about it. This is one of the first eyeshadow palettes I ever got, and I still, to this day, 2.5 years later, love it. It's super pigmented. It's super beautiful. It's very soft. It looks great on the eyes. I love it. This is not good. And this you cannot buy individually. But the reason why it disappoints me is because it came in an Ipsy bag. And this is what... The packaging's gross. This is how a lot of people know Pacifica eyeshadows. And that makes me sad because they're so nice. But this is just chunky and powdery and kind of gross. And then this is just like I'm digging. And it's just like not pigmented. So like it makes me sad that when people think of Pacifica eyeshadows, they might think of this. When Pacifica quads are beautiful. So that's my little soapboxy thing. I don't know. It just upsets me for that brand. So then I've got this Body Shop quad. I've done a full review of my Body Shop makeup. I don't think they make this anymore. I think their makeup has stepped up because when I tried a lot of their stuff, it was not good. These shadows are okay. This it's a silvery cream shadow, and you can build it up, and it's really pretty. I love silver. So it does take a lot of building to make it like that, but it is pretty. This white's not bad. It's just kind of chunky. And then this black is kind of gross, and so is this gray. But this was like their Smoky-I quad. It's not the worst quad, but this silver is really pretty. It's just, I don't know. I don't think they make it anymore. I think it's a good thing for that brand. Then, I've got these trios, which I love. I've done a full review of them. It's by NP Set, which is the Napoleon Paradis, drugstore brand, but they used to sell at Target, and I don't think they sell it anymore. I don't know where you can get it. But this is in the shade Dublin, and it's greens, and they're really soft, they're really pigmented, they're slightly powdery, but whenever I do an eye look with them, I'm very happy with it. And then this is the shade Amsterdam. This purple in the middle was slightly disappointing. It's a little powdery, and it takes a little more building up than I was hoping, but it's still, as you can tell, it's still nice. These were really expensive, but I got them on sale, 75% off. So I wouldn't pay full price for them because I think they were 20 bucks or something full price. But they're really nice. I do enjoy them. They, in my opinion, used to rival the Sonia Kashuk eyeshadow quality. But they're not there anymore. So now when it comes to drugstore eyeshadow, overall I think Sonia Kashuk wins. So then I have 4 kind of higher end quads, or this is actually a duo. This is from Estee Lauder. If you buy department store makeup, Estee Lauder, Clinique, Lancome, things like that, then you can, a lot of times you get gifts with purchases. This was a gift with purchase, and it's not the best quality eyeshadow by any means. They're the Pure Color eyeshadows in the shade Polished Platinum and Berry Burst. Again, I love a silver, and this is just not, it's not bad, but it's not very pigmented. It's right there. And it just doesn't pack a punch like so many other silvers I have. And then the berry's fine, but again, it's just not great. Look at the hat. That's not great at all. And this is Estee Lauder. They have some nice eyeshadows, but this little duo was not great. And it kind of turned me off with their shadows. It's kind of like the Pacifica. I know that this was in a free gift, and so you might not want to spend a ton of money making it, but if this was the only eyeshadow experience I had had with Estee Lauder eyeshadow, which is all I have, but I've used others. My mom uses Estee Lauder eyeshadow. But if this was all I had ever known, I would be like, Estee Lauder eyeshadows are gross. So it's important to, with your free gifts, or if you're going in a subscription box, to make sure what you're putting in there is good, or at least representative of what you have. This is a little, I got this in a Wantable box a while ago, because I haven't had Wantable in wow, like 2 years now. And it's the Eddie Funkhouser Ultimate Smoky Eye Quad. I really like this. I go back to this all the time. This shade, it's almost got a dent in it. It is the softest shade. It's this like beautiful like goldy apricot lid shade that just like packs a punch. This blending shade is super nice. This brown's nice. This black, I believe it's pretty nice. Yeah, pretty good. There you go. It looks a little patchy there. But you know, I mean, this is a really nice quad. Eddie Funkhouser is more expensive than drugstore, but I think it's really like Sonia Kashuk prices. I think Sonia Kashuk is probably better than this, but it's still pretty nice. And then I've got two like hardcore high-end quads. This is by Becca. I don't think they sell this anymore in stores, but it was in a Haute Look order. And I'm disappointed. So first of all, that comes out. And these are nice shadows, but again, for the price, they're just not what they should be. They're pigmented, kind of. They're not very soft. These two shades look too similar, in my opinion. Like, look at those. Those almost dupe each other, and they're in the same quad. It's not a bad quad. I don't think I told you the name of it. It's in the shade Violet, Astro Violet. So it's not a bad quad, but I'm glad they don't sell it anymore. And if you see it on Haute Look and get excited, I think it was still, I don't remember how much I paid for it, honestly. But I just remember, I'm just not super pleased with it. Again, with all of these, even some of them I'm not super pleased with. None of them are awful. All of them I can use and I like, but you know, Becca, you would expect something great. And last but not least is another Haute Look purchase. It's this Illamasqua quad. Illamasqua is a very expensive brand. I got it on sale again at Haute Look. This is the Femme Fatale quad. No, it's just called Fatale. This is beautiful. You look at it and you're like, huh? That's a kind of a random bunch of shadows. But I love it. I'm so excited about it. They're all... These two metallic shadows smack you in the face. Like, wow. They're all very pigmented. They're all very soft and nice. This is expensive, but I think it's worth it. Again, look at those. Beautiful. So that's my duos, trios, quads. I feel like that kind of ended up being a negative video, which was not my intention. But I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to tell you something's nice if it's not. I'm not going to suggest something if I don't think it's great. Again, Sonia Kashuk has beautiful eyeshadows. Coastal Scents. I really am liking them recently. In Paette, a lot of them are good. None of them are awful. Also, in case you were wondering, I always have all of my makeup listed down below. My eyeshadow today is from the Urban Decay Alice in Wonderland palette. I swatched the shade Time last night, and I really loved it, and I thought, wow, this is beautiful. And so, it's a deep navy with a lot of shimmer, and I'm like, I'm putting it on my lid, and I'm just going to go for it. And I don't love what it did. So, I know I'm sitting there kind of bashing a lot of eyeshadows, and you might be looking at me like, girl, your eyeshadow's not on point today. Some days it's just like that, and I wasn't going to wash my face and clean it off and redo it, because that's just not... It's not how I do things. That's a lot of effort. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye.